producer Tim Dog Patterson. He alleged that Janice, Diddy's mom, would often throw parties at Diddy's childhood home. He says that during the parties, it wasn't uncommon to walk into rooms where adults was having sex. I mean, that was just their normal.
How did things get to a point where Diddy's mother, Janice, is allegedly calling out Marjorie Harvey as the so-called baby oil queen? And why is she picking this exact moment to put intense attention on the Harvey family? Is there something much bigger happening behind the scenes in Hollywood right now? According to reports and ongoing speculation, it all connects back to Diddy. Some sources even claim that Janice Combs is determined to damage Marjorie's reputation because Marjorie is allegedly cooperating with federal investigators and trying to distance her family, including Lori, from the growing controversy surrounding the latest allegations. Yes, there are new allegations making headlines.
But then again, that goes back to the conversation of Lori Harvey, Steve Harvey's daughter. It was all known that she was spotted in them streets with Justin, and then she was spotted in them streets with Diddy, and they all tried to sit there and pretend like that wasn't what it was.
At the same time, both women have faced criticism over the years and have often been surrounded by rumors and controversy. With so many claims, accusations, and questions being raised, the situation has become a major topic of discussion. So let's break down what people are saying and why this story is getting so much attention. Reports suggest that the LAPD and the District Attorney's Office are reviewing a new wave of allegations connected to Diddy. Because of that, many people who were once linked to the bad boy circle are reportedly feeling nervous about what could come next. What happens next could expand the spotlight far beyond Diddy himself. Attention is now being directed toward associates, executives, and other high-profile figures who were allegedly connected to that world. Among the names being discussed are Marjorie and Steve Harvey. Meanwhile, as these new allegations continue to gain attention, some reports claim that Marjorie Harvey is quietly working to protect her family's reputation and future. To understand why Janice Combs would allegedly call out Marjorie Harvey, many people point back to 2019. That was when 22-year-old Lori Harvey was seen spending time in Italy and Cabo with 49-year-old Diddy. The situation quickly sparked public discussion. Many people focused on the large age gap. Others pointed to Lori's close relationship with Kim Porter and questioned how everything fit together. Another detail that fueled conversation was that Lori had previously been linked to Diddy's son, Justin Combs. For a lot of observers, the entire situation raised questions and attracted major attention. As time passed, new developments brought even more scrutiny. Following the federal raids and reports about the discovery of large quantities of baby oil, public interest in Diddy's circle intensified. Several people connected to him, including Lori Harvey, found themselves mentioned in online discussions and media speculation because of their past associations. According to rumors and ongoing chatter, some believe there could be additional details that have not yet become public. Supporters of this theory claim that protecting her family's reputation is one reason Marjorie Harvey is being discussed so heavily right now. At the same time, others allege that Janice Combs is trying to redirect attention away from her son by highlighting influential figures who were allegedly aware of or connected to his social circle. Some insiders claim that Janice is suggesting Marjorie understood the type of environment Lori was entering in 2019. These sources further allege that Marjorie used her connections and networking skills to manage difficult situations and maintain her family's standing. However, while Janice is reportedly presenting Marjorie as a key figure in the story, critics have also pointed out that Janice herself has faced questions and accusations regarding her own awareness of events connected to Diddy's world. At this stage, many of these claims remain allegations, and the debate continues to grow. Some critics have gone as far as calling Janice Combs the mastermind behind many of the decisions associated with Diddy's rise, though those claims remain heavily disputed. To understand where these accusations come from, many people look back at Diddy's early life and family background. It is widely known that Diddy's father, Melvin Combs, was reportedly involved in criminal activity before his death when Diddy was still young. In past interviews, Diddy has spoken about his father and acknowledged aspects of that history. He has also reflected on the difficult realities that often come with that lifestyle and the limited paths many people believed were available at the time.
When I was 3 years old, I don't have a lot of memories of my father. You know, they say, you can't miss something you never had. So.
After his father's death, Janice reportedly decided to leave Harlem and relocate to Mount Vernon. According to accounts that have been shared over the years, her goal was to provide a safer environment and better opportunities for her family. While there may have been some financial resources available at first, those funds reportedly did not last forever, leaving Janice responsible for supporting the household on her own. In an interview from years ago, Janice discussed working as a bartender and making personal sacrifices to keep Diddy in a good neighborhood and enrolled in private school. Her comments were often cited as an example of the effort she put in creating a stable future for her son, despite difficult circumstances. Over the years, various rumors and allegations have surfaced about Janice's role in Diddy's life and business dealings. Some public figures, including Suge Knight, have shared opinions suggesting that certain experiences from Diddy's early years may have influenced him later in life.
Not make an excuse, because I believe in those people shouldn't have went through what they went through. But at the same time, judging Puffy, he might have some going on when he was young.
However, many of these claims are based on speculation rather than verified facts. More recently, some critics have alleged that Janice was aware of activities connected to Diddy's social and business circles. Others have even claimed she acted as a behind-the-scenes gatekeeper. These allegations have not been proven, but they continue to fuel debate as scrutiny surrounding Diddy and those close to him remains intense. Some commentators have claimed there were signs pointing to Janice Combs being more involved in Diddy's world than previously believed. However, many of those claims remain unproven and heavily debated. Following Diddy's arrest, investigators outlined allegations that he allegedly used promises of romantic relationships to build trust with women before they became involved in situations they later described as harmful and coercive. According to court allegations and media reports, some women claimed they were pressured into participating in lengthy encounters involving other individuals. Reports also alleged that recovery aids, including IV fluids, were sometimes used afterward. These claims became a major focus of public discussion as more details from the investigation emerged. At the same time, some online commentators pointed to photographs and public appearances involving Janice Combs and attempted to connect her to broader allegations surrounding Diddy. Critics argued that certain images raised questions, while supporters pushed back and said those conclusions were based on speculation rather than evidence. Others have argued that concerns about Diddy's behavior did not suddenly appear in recent years. Several women who attended Howard University with him spoke to Rolling Stone and described incidents that they believed reflected a controlling side of his personality. According to their accounts, there were moments involving unwanted physical contact and angry reactions during disagreements on campus. One former student claimed she tried to avoid him after an interaction that made her uncomfortable. Another alleged that he became extremely upset after being confronted over a cafeteria line dispute. Additional stories shared by former classmates described behavior they viewed as disrespectful toward women. While these accounts have received renewed attention, they represent allegations and personal recollections that have been reported publicly as part of the larger conversation surrounding Diddy's past conduct. Some critics argue that Janice Combs was closer to Diddy's world than most people realize. They often point to public moments that drew attention over the years, including interviews, appearances, and comments that many viewers found unusual. Among the moments frequently discussed are instances where Diddy spoke openly about his mother, joked about her dating life, and shared stories that sparked strong reactions online.
Yeah, my mom's is single. I ain't gonna hate on my mom's. She's single. Me and my mom talked about one time doing a dating show with her. And she's so picky. She's so picky, they don't stand. But yeah, that'd be the funniest show in the world.
It will be.
Because of those past public appearances, some commentators believe Janice had a front row seat to much of what was happening around her son throughout the years. Others strongly disagree and argue that being close to someone does not automatically mean having knowledge of every aspect of their personal or professional life. Critics also point out that Janice spent years appearing alongside Diddy as his influence and business empire grew. For that reason, some people question whether it is fair for her to criticize others who are also connected to the same social circles. Supporters of Janice, however, maintain that those comparisons are unfair and based largely on speculation. Meanwhile, reports and rumors continue to circulate about whether Marjorie Harvey has been contacted by investigators. If that happened, some observers believe she would naturally focus on protecting her family and their reputation. The Harvey family has spent years building a major public brand, making any controversy especially significant. According to ongoing speculation, one possible strategy would be to provide information that helps clarify timelines, relationships, and events from the period when Lori Harvey was linked to Diddy. Supporters of this theory argue that such cooperation could help demonstrate that Lori and her family were not involved in any alleged wrongdoing. At this stage, however, many of these claims remain unverified, and public debate around the situation continues. In situations involving major investigations, the credibility of anyone providing information can become a huge issue. If a defense team can convince a jury that a witness has their own conflicts, questionable history, or personal motives, that person's statements may carry less weight. That is why public perception can become almost as important as the allegations themselves. Some observers believe that accusations and labels aimed at Marjorie Harvey could be part of an effort to challenge her credibility. By suggesting that she was more connected to industry circles than she publicly admits, critics could try to shift the narrative. Instead of being viewed as someone helping investigators, she could be portrayed as someone primarily focused on protecting herself and her family. Others argue that if Marjorie is involved in any way, it may simply be because her family has been mentioned in discussions surrounding the latest allegations. The bigger question is whether the Harvey family's public image can withstand the growing scrutiny. Meanwhile, rumors continue to spread, with some people even speculating about possible connections between Marjorie and Janice. At this point, however, those claims remain unverified and largely driven by speculation.
And that is where things get even more complicated. The moment investigators start looking beyond the headline names, attention naturally shifts to the people who are around them during key moments. That does not mean those individuals did anything wrong, but it does mean their relationships, conversations, and connections can come under intense scrutiny. According to ongoing rumors, several high-profile figures are worried about what could surface next if more witnesses decide to speak. The concern is not necessarily about criminal liability, but about reputational damage. In Hollywood, public perception can change overnight, and even an indirect connection to a major controversy can create serious problems for a celebrity brand. That is why the battle over the narrative has become so important. One side wants to present itself as fully cooperative and transparent. The other side wants to question the motives of the people making claims or providing information. As a result, every new report, leaked detail, and anonymous source is being analyzed from every possible angle. For now, there are still far more questions than answers. But if additional information becomes public, the spotlight may expand far beyond the names currently dominating the headlines. And that possibility has a lot of powerful people paying very close attention.
As this story continues to unfold, one thing is clear. The controversy is no longer focused on just one person. The conversation has expanded to include powerful friendships, industry connections, and the people who were allegedly present during some of the most talked about moments now being examined by the public. At the center of it all are competing narratives. Some believe certain individuals are trying to protect themselves before more information comes to light. Others believe innocent people are being pulled into a storm simply because of who they know or where they were seen. Until more verified facts emerge, much of the discussion will continue to be driven by allegations, speculation, and public opinion. What happens next could have a major impact on several high-profile reputations. Whether the focus remains on Diddy, shifts toward other celebrities, or reveals entirely new developments, people across the entertainment world are watching closely to see what comes next. For now, all eyes remain on the latest reports, the ongoing investigations, and the growing list of questions that still have not been answered. As always, it is important to separate confirmed information from rumors and wait for the facts to develop. What do you think about these allegations and the claims surrounding Janice Combs and Marjorie Harvey? Do you think there is more to this story than the public knows? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with others who want to stay updated on the latest celebrity news and controversies. Thanks for watching.